Dr. Tammy, I had headache, some type of headache every day, along with chronic facial pain and ear pain. And it also went down my neck into my shoulders and my upper back. And it would vary from an annoying pain to a very debilitating pain at times. And it became a vicious cycle, but it never went away.
I would go to the dentist and my jaws would pop. And the dentist would say, "Does that hurt?" I'd say no, and they'd say, "Don't worry about it." So I just went on popping every time I opened my mouth. And then in my mid-20s, I went to a dentist, a different dentist. By then I was married and moved to a different location. And that was the beginning of all my problems.
I had headaches on a daily basis, very awful, very bad migraines, and they would just thump behind my eyes, and I would take Excedrin for migraines every day.
I was really concerned because I would have a lot of days where I felt perfectly normal, but when my symptoms escalated, I would be out of work sometimes for 2 or 3 days in a row because I had such debilitating pain that I just felt basically non-functional.
I was experiencing a lot of pain in my jaw. I was having a lot of pain, which I actually thought was in one of my teeth. And just, you know, headaches, different types of things were going on. And I would go back to my dentist and he would drill out my teeth and he would take x-rays and there was nothing wrong, but the pain was still there, and it was to the point where it was almost, you know, constant for me, and it just really interfered with my life.
When I came to Dr. Tammy, it had been 12 years of jaw locking and snapping.
About 4 years ago, I had an incident when I was skateboarding and messed up my jaw, and I didn't really do anything about it up until last year. When it first happened, I couldn't open my mouth to eat. Like, I couldn't talk without keeping my mouth shut. I had to like talk through my teeth basically, and I didn't sleep much. I was getting like 2-3 hours a night of sleep because I kept on waking up with jaw pains and grinding my teeth, and it was just painful.
I was involved in 4 auto accidents in less than 6 months, and so as a result of the head and neck trauma and hitting my face, some of the bones had displaced, and I ended up with severe multiple muscle spasms across my face, my mouth. It would spasm close or spasm open. There was times my throat would close and I couldn't breathe. They had timed it almost up to 2 minutes at one point. There were times my tongue wouldn't move correctly to speak. And I had been to see 2 other neurologists, and they weren't able to help me and didn't want to take the time or weren't patient to discover, you know, what was the problem.
For years, this was my story. I decided to search for answers. The solutions I found led me to dedicate my practice to helping others with the same conditions.
So I came and Dr. Tammy met with me, told me I would be a good candidate for their treatment, so I decided that I would go ahead and go through with it. Just because I needed something to help me, and I needed someone to give me an answer as to what was going on with me, because it was really, really stressful.
I went to 3 specialists, and all they insisted on was re-breaking my jaw and wiring it back together, and told me that it's not always 100% successful. And so when I came here, they told me that they don't use surgery, they use appliances. And I really realized that I needed to do something about it. I was losing weight, I couldn't talk, I couldn't move out of bed, I was restless, just in a lot of pain.
I have been wearing 2 different appliances, one during the day and one at night. And I must say that within a fairly short time, I started to have pretty good results.
When I first started this TMJ procedure with Dr. Tammy, I wasn't the best patient. A lot of times the negative influences people would say, oh, well, you're always going to have this TMJ problem. You know, they can correct it. They can, you know, kind of like sugarcoat it for a few years and that kind of thing.
I really wanted to give up a couple of times, but I really didn't know where else to go. So I stuck with it.
But in 4 days, I was like a new person. I mean, I can't tell you how different I felt.
Coming here was probably like one of the best decisions that my parents and I made. Like, it was just, you know, they came and told me what was wrong. I was healed. I can eat again.
And to date, I can open my mouth wide enough to bite into an apple and use that pressure. I can eat a hoagie. I am back to work. I've been back to work since the end of January 29th, 2007. And I'm gradually getting back into more normal life.
I can truly say that Dr. Tammy has literally given me my life back. I am pain-free, I'm headache-free. It has changed my life in ways I can't even begin to tell you. I am doing all the things I enjoy again, gardening and sewing and exercising. I just can't thank Dr. Tammy enough because I'm living again, and it's all because of her.
It's just been a wonderful experience for me to know that something that has been a problem pretty much in my life, you know, has been totally corrected.
The Center for TMJ has actually given me a new lease on life, in that I can enjoy doing things that I couldn't do.
I would not have been able to sit in front of this camera with a light. I used to walk out of this office and the wind would blow up against my face and my mouth would go into spasms. That's how severe it was.
If you or someone you love can identify with these stories, please give our office a call for a consultation appointment.